How are you?
And
Hi, everyone.
great. Hi there. So I want to introduce my dear friend and also our marketing director and also an amazing, incredibly talented and well-versed yoga instructor. Kim is a seasoned yoga instructor who has brought yoga and mindfulness into over 400 organizations. Her passion is to help others relieve stress, experience calm, and feel contentment. And today, I was going to say, and today, yoga. And today, Kim is going to do desk yoga, which is, I want to little plug her a little bit. Kim actually started her own yoga instruction business for office yoga, which I think is incredible and so needed, especially when you're working and you're all stressed out. But let me just finish what I was saying, what she's going to be doing, and that is to release tension in the body coupled with breathing techniques to promote states of calm and mental well-being. So I'm really excited about this because I worked all day and I can't wait. So go ahead, Kim.
Well, Seon, thank you for that introduction. I don't know if you can see, but inside I feel like I'm blushing.
Me
So
too.
thank you for this opportunity. I'm super honored to take you guys through some desk yoga. A little bit of an introduction. So I think it's common that we all have moments where our mental wellness doesn't feel stable, that we have moments where we feel mentally unwell. And fortunately, in this day of age, there are a lot of different resources that we can pull from. But sometimes I think it may be normal that in a moment of distress, we don't know what we can access quickly. And fortunately, the body, the breath, and meditation, they're all tools that we can use right away because we don't have to get in a car or get on a bus or get in an Uber to access them, that we can use our bodies to do some yoga, even when we're at our desk. We could do it right now. We could do a little bit of meditation, even if it's a short period of time, right now. And you can do breathing exercises even when you're driving and you're stuck in traffic. So I'll take you through a sequence, including, again, meditation, some breathing exercises, some poses that you can do at your desk. And I just invite you to notice how you feel now. And throughout the class, we'll see how the poses, the meditation, and the breathing may have a pretty quick impact on helping you to feel mentally better. So let's get started by shifting your bottom in your chair. Shift your bottom toward the front edge, of course, without falling off. And once you get your seat to the front edge of the chair, look at your feet and ground them outer hip width apart onto the floor. Once you set that up, feel like there is a helium balloon inside your rib cage, just gently elevating the rib cage up so that you sit up a little bit more erect and take one hand to your belly. I like to give my belly a little rub. Then take one hand to the chest and close your eyes. And take a moment to notice how you feel non-judgmentally, knowing that however you may be feeling in this moment is absolutely a-okay. And now take a conscious inhale. And as you exhale, know that you're exhaling. And repeat that a few more times where your awareness is linking up with your breath. Nice. Now, while you maintain that sense of tall positioning with your torso, take your hands onto the thighs with your palms facing up. So you're seated up nice and tall, and turn your hands up with the back of the palms resting on the thighs. Now we're going to practice a breathing technique that's one of my favorites that I like to start off my mornings with. But it's really good for any part of the day, especially if you're feeling stressed. What will happen, and we'll start in a moment together, is you're going to inhale for a count of 4. We'll hold together for a count of 4, and we'll exhale for the count of 6. So once again, it'll be inhale for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. So take a deep inhale and a slow, deep exhale. So it's inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Inhale for 4, starting now, together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold for 4. Relax your shoulders, you can even smile. And exhale 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, soften your neck. 4, exhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, relax your facial muscles. Exhale for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time, inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel your natural breath, couple rounds. And blink your eyes open if your eyes were closed. Nice to see you. So seated up nice and tall, keeping your breath moving, take your left hand to the seat of the chair. So you're going to grab the seat of the chair with the left hand. Take your right hand to the left shoulder and gently roll the left shoulder back. Right hand, grab the left side of your head. And if you're having a hard time figuring out what left and right is, I have moments like that, very common. So with your right hand on the left side of the head, take an inhale. And exhale, fold the head toward the right side of the shoulder. Breathing into the left side of your neck, left shoulder. Now, before moving your head, take your right hand to the underside of your head and use your right hand to bring the head back to vertical. Good. Notice how the left side of your neck may be more happy than the other side. Now take your right hand to the seat of the chair. Left hand gently to the right shoulder, and inspire that right shoulder to roll back, especially since the shoulders tend to round forward when we work 4 to 10 hours a day. Grab the right side of the head with your left hand. Sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale together. Keep that right shoulder gently rolling back. Exhale, fold the head toward the left shoulder. So know that as we take these poses together, that we want to find a degree of sensation that feels loving to the body, rather than injurious to the body. So if you find yourself going too far in a stretch, know that you have full permission to back out. I don't really want to come out of this side, but left hand to the underside of the head, bring your head back to vertical. Nice. From here, staying seated nice and tall, goal post your arms. So bending the elbows to 90 degrees, elbows out toward the side. Nice. Exhale, take your right arm underneath the left into eagle arms. For some people, they'll be able to cross the elbows and also cross the forearms. If you're only able to cross the elbows, that's okay. But everyone, lift your elbows to the height of the shoulders because they tend to dip. Good, now squeeze the arms together and lean the forearms away from your nose, so toward the screen. Squeeze the arms together, lean the forearms forward toward the screen, and take 2 more breaths. So this stretch is really good for broadening the upper back and also strengthening the front of the chest and your inner arms. Now inhale, goal post your arms apart again. Good, and exhale with your right elbow bent, take your right elbow up toward the ceiling. Good. Now with your right elbow up toward the ceiling, take your left hand to the right tricep muscles. Left hand to the right tricep muscles. Good. Now with your left hand, wrap the right tricep muscles in toward your nose. There you go, Annette. I saw that. Now touch your top elbow, keeping the tricep muscles rolling in, and work the top elbow backward just until it stops. Nice. Now keeping that elbow up there, take the back of the left palm up your upper back to any degree. So back of the left palm swims up the upper back. For some people, the hands are quite far apart. For some people, they can walk the hands toward one another, and others can bring the hands together. Wherever you are, take 3 deep breaths. And smiling is allowed in yoga. Relax the temples. Unfurrow the brow if the brow is tensing. And slowly release and bring the palms to the chest. Feel that the feet are grounded on the floor, outer hip width apart, palms to the chest. Now interlace your fingers loosely in front of your chest. As you press the floor away with your feet, turn the thumb side of your palms up and reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Nice. Few breaths here. This one can be really great for the lower arm muscles, the wrist and the fingers. Especially great if you type a lot or Instagram a lot or you're on the EvolvMe side a lot. Soften the neck, lift your ribs up. One more moment. Nice. Now exhale, bring your arms into a goal post position. Take an inhale, widen the elbows apart. Feel like the crown of the head is lifting gently up toward the ceiling. And exhale, take your left arm underneath the right into eagle arms. Left arm underneath the right in eagle arms. So the elbows tend to dip down, but lift your elbows to the height of the shoulders, the best that you can sense. Squeeze your arms together, unsqueeze your jaw, and press the forearms away from your face. 3 or 4 breaths here, everyone. Keeping your breath smooth. Inhale, goal post your arms, elbows bent to the 90, elbows widen out toward the sides of the room. And inhale, take your left elbow up toward the ceiling. Take your right hand to the left tricep muscles. I like to call my triceps bulging triceps, even though they may not be. Okay, wrap the triceps in toward your face. Keep that sense of the tricep muscles rotating in. Touch your lifted elbow and work that elbow up and back just until it stops. Nice. Now, back of the right palm, swim it up your upper back without having to force anything. Good. Maybe smile if your hands are really far apart. If your hands are far apart, you can grab your shirt. For some people, the hands come together. Deep breaths here. Relax your neck. And slowly release. Bring the palms to the chest. Now, turn your hands forward toward the screen. Hook your thumbs together. Gently pull the thumbs apart. And inhale, reach your arms up toward the ceiling with your palms facing away from your face and your thumbs hooked together. Several breaths here. And inhale, see if you can press the floor away with your feet, but lengthen the arms up without tensing the neck. And side stretch up and over to the right without falling out of your chair. So up and over to the right. Nice. Inhale, come all the way back to center, seeing if you can inch a little bit taller. Neck staying soft. And lift up a little bit more if possible, and side stretch up and over to the left while staying stable in your seat. Inhale, come back to center, and up and over to the right. Inhale, come up to center, and up and over to the left. Inhale up to center, and bring the palms to the chest. Great. So from here, stay seated in your chair. I'm just going to turn my chair so you can see what's happening in this next pose as we do it together. With your bottoms at the front edge of the chair and your feet grounded on the floor, reach back with your arms toward the upper back of the chair. Great. Grab the sides of the back of the chair behind you. Lift the chest up. And start to roll the head of the shoulders backward toward the back of the chair. Good. Head of the shoulders roll back toward the back of the chair and lean your chest forward, even though it may feel like it's not moving. Head of the shoulders roll back, chest leans forward. 2 more deep breaths. Good. Slowly release the back of the chair. Hands to the thighs, 1 deep breath together. Inhale. And exhale. All right, so take your time, but everyone, please stand up. So even though we're in a desk yoga session, I think it's really important to actually get out of the chair because I think as a population, spend a lot of time seated. So it's really good to actually get out of the seat. So now that you're standing, I'd like you to, facing the screen, take one hand to the table in front of you and shift the weight into your left foot. Start to hover your right foot off the ground. So now you're balancing on the left foot. Left hand is on the table. Right foot is hovering. Good. Now, bend your right leg and take your right hand to the right foot for a quad stretch. For some people, they may bend the right leg as they stand, and they may not be able to grab the right foot. If that's you, that's okay. Just take the right hand to the low belly. If you have the foot, or if you don't have the foot, everyone kick the right leg back toward the back of the room and lift the chest up toward the ceiling. And if you want to add a balancing element to this, inhale, reach your left arm up toward the ceiling. Good. Few more breaths here. Right leg quad stretch, left hand on the table or left arm up toward the ceiling. 1.5 more breaths here. Exhale, step your right foot down and palms to the chest. In between sides, make sure that your feet are open outer hip width apart. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up toward the ceiling. And exhale, palms to the chest. Inhale, reach your arms up toward the ceiling. And exhale, palms to the chest. Twice more, just like that. Inhale, reach your arms up. Nice. Exhale, palms to the chest. Breathe out any stress, breathe out tension. Last time, inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, palms to the chest. Let's take that quad stretch on the other side. So standing in front of your table, take the right hand to the desk or table. Shift the weight into your right foot. Hover the left foot. Bend your left leg, left hand. Reach for your left foot. If you can't grab the foot, take your left hand to the low belly, and that's a final alternative. Stand up nice and tall. Kick the left leg back. Oh, sides are different. Lift the chest up. And if you want to add a balancing element here, reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. See if you can breathe through the wobbling of your right foot if you're balancing. Soften any extraneous tension while you're in the pose. Could be tensing of the jaw, tensing of your facial muscles. 1.5 more breaths. And exhale, step your left foot down and palms to the chest. Feet open, outer hip width apart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, palms to the breastbone. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, palms to the chest. Twice more. Inhale, reach your arms up. Feel your feet on the floor. Exhale, palms to the chest. Inhale, reach your arms up. Looks great. Exhale, palms to the chest. So big toes touch. Little space between your heel bones. And look down for a moment. So know that as we take the next pose we're going to take, when you look down, the tendency is that you'll go down. But now look forward as you stand up nice and tall. Shift the weight into your left foot. Keep looking forward and lift your right knee toward your chest. Good. Now turn the right leg out about halfway and step your right foot to the inner bottom leg, anywhere but the knee for tree pose. Good. Bring the palms to the chest, look forward. If balancing is tricky here, that's common. Feel free to hold the table. You can also reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Few breaths here in tree pose. Remembering that you can back out of poses at any moment. Exhale, step your right foot down softly and palms to the chest. Little space between your heel bones, big toes touch. Shift the weight into your right foot. Feel free to hold a table if you need. Lift your left knee up. Widen the left leg out halfway. And step your left foot up the inner right leg anywhere but the knee. Good. Palms to the chest as you stand up tall. Alternatively, you could reach the arms up. Several breaths here. Keeping that breath smooth and deep. And exhale, softly step the left foot down and palms to the chest. Nice. I'm going to turn to the side so that it's easier for you to see this. But as you stand, reach your arms back behind you. And with your hands facing each other, interlace the fingers. Good. Bend your elbows as much as possible with the hands interlaced. And I want you to imagine that I put a basketball between your upper arms. Squeeze the basketball. Notice how that opened your chest. Now keep squeezing the basketball a touch. Look forward. And exhale, stretch your arms back. Ribs straight up, head of the shoulders back, arms stretch back. Few breaths. Nice, slowly release. As you look at your screen, standing with your feet outer hip width apart, take your left elbow up toward the ceiling again. Good. And grab the left elbow with your right hand. Work the elbow in and back. Lift your chest up, inhale, keep your feet planted. And side stretch with the ribs up and over to the right. Yep, going up and over to the right with your left elbow up. Inhale, stand up nice and tall. Bring your ribs up to vertical. And exhale, release the arms beside your hips with your hands facing forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. Good. Bend your right elbow up toward the ceiling. Left hand to the right elbow. Work that elbow in and back. And side stretch. Keep your feet planted. Side stretch with the ribs up and over to your left. Bump the hips to the right. Inhale, come all the way up to vertical with the ribs. Exhale, release the arms beside the hips. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms to the chest. One more, just like that. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, palms to the chest. Okay, so the next thing is one of my favorites. Stand in front of your desk or table and make sure that if you have your chair right behind you, that you roll it or take it to the side, because you're going to take a pose where you're going to shift your legs and your hips back. So just make sure your chair is out of the way, please. So once you've moved to your chair, take your hands as wide as your shoulder, the widest part of your shoulders. Take your hands that wide on the table. Fingers open, hands on the table. Good. Bend your knees a little bit. And with your arms straight, start to walk your legs back, coming into a table down dog. How do you know when to stop the feet from walking back? What I recommend with your knees slightly bent is that you take your thighs back so that your hips go back and you can align your upper body parallel to the floor with your arms straight. If you feel that things are comfortable with your arms straight, knees slightly bent, then you can start to lift the thigh muscles and press your thighs back, starting to straighten the leg. Couple more breaths here. Lengthen your fingers. One more breath. And look forward so you know where the table is. And walk your feet forward to come up to stand. Nice one. Please watch. So next thing we're going to do is very similar to what we just did. But this time around, you're going to take your elbows with your arms bent, outer shoulder width apart. And you'll interlace the fingers loosely. You'll tuck your head under. Notice how my head is not touching the desk. Maybe you can see that, maybe not, but my head is not touching the desk. Then with my elbows on the table, I'm going to walk my thighs back, similar to how we did in down dog, coming into a table dolphin. All right, so let's try that. Elbows, outer shoulder width apart. Interlace your fingers, duck your head, and walk your thighs back. Well, it's not your thighs walking back, it's your feet walking back, but your thighs will go back. Good, and notice where you feel this. Deep breaths. And look forward. Take your hands to the table and come all the way up to stand. Good. So I'd like you to, I'm going to turn my chair so you can see. Take a seat at your chair. Bottom toward the front edge. Feet grounded, outer hip width apart. Bottom to the front edge, feet outer hip width apart. Take your hands to the thighs. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the right. Take your left hand against the outer right thigh. Right hand to the bottom seat of the chair, twisting to the right. If grabbing the bottom side of the chair is easy with your right arm, and breathing is also very easeful, you can try turning the chest to the right and grabbing the upper back of the chair with your right arm. Last few breaths wherever you are. Good. Soften your fingers, soften the toes. One more breath. Inhale, turn to the front. Just take a moment before we switch sides. Take an inhale, feet down, chest up. Exhale, turn toward the left. Right hand against the outer left thigh, everyone. Right hand, outer left thigh. As you lift and turn the chest to the left hand to the left seat of the chair, or you can turn the chest and grab the upper back of the chair with your left arm. Allowing and inviting the poses to be a remedy for you. an accessible tool that we can use when we may need to soothe the mind. And inhale, turn to the front. Okay, please watch. This is one of my faves. So what's going to happen now is you're going to shift your bottom. So I'll show you first, and then you'll have a chance to practice it. So you'll shift your bottom toward the front edge of the chair. You'll open the legs a little bit wider than the hips. And my legs are slightly turned out. You're going to lift the ribs up first. You're going to sit up nice and tall. So I'll show you the rest, then you'll do. You're going to bow from your hips. You'll bow from the hips. By the way, when you come into this pose, it's going to look different from person to person. You're going to exhale, fold from the hips, and take the arms down toward the floor. Some people, once they bow, if it feels easy to walk the arms back, you can walk the arms back toward the back of the chair. You can even grab the legs of the chair to gently deepen the fold in the hip. Okay, so let's try that. Bottom to the front edge of the chair, feet wider than the hips. Bow from the hips slowly. Hands go to the ground. Let your head just hang. And if this feels quite soothing and you want to deepen it, you can walk the arms back toward the back legs of the chair. You can also grab the legs of the chair and gently deepen the fold by bending the elbows. You can close your eyes. If you're holding the chair, gently release. Walk your arms until they're in front of the feet. To get out of this, press down through your feet and slowly walk your elbows up onto the thighs. Take 2 breaths. Elbows onto the thighs, 1 more breath. Take your hands to the thighs, gently press down. Inhale, lift your torso all the way up to vertical. Nice. Step your feet outer hip width apart. Close your eyes. Let your breath be natural. And with an open mind, non-judgmentally, just notice how your mind feels. Notice if you feel more calm. Grounded. Any degree better. If you happen to feel some degree better, maybe taking this moment and recognizing that this kind of practice is here for you whenever you need it. Bring the palms to the chest. And bow your chin. Namaste. All right, thank you, everyone. I hope that was beneficial for you and that it got you into your body and into a better place mentally and emotionally. Let me know if you have any comments or questions.
Absolutely. Oh my, I had to collect myself because I was doing doing all this stuff. So I think I have mascara everywhere. But I will say, I didn't realize how much I needed this today. I swear, I didn't really, haven't done yoga in a long time. My sister's going to kill me because she's also a yoga instructor. Um, but it's funny is, just doing those stretches and even, at your desk and, just getting your body moving, it just changes so much. Like I actually feel like I'm flexible again. Like I can move my arms and things. But oh my gosh, that was awesome. And Annette, you did an amazing job. I was trying to watch you, but I'm like on the couch, so I had to get off my couch and I couldn't really see. But that was amazing. And I hope everybody got a chance to do that with us. And Kim, that was amazing. So how did you come up with doing office yoga?
Yeah, so how it all came to be is that I was studying yoga and I got really lucky to work with my mentor who at the time, thank you, Jakara. I was working with my mentor at the time who asked me to go sub a corporate class at a biotechnology firm. And imagine a biotechnology firm where there are PhDs and scientists with lab coats and goggles. Like I was walking into literally this building with chemistry labs, um, and I was absolutely petrified. I'd never taught in a business before, but I went in just I was fearful, and I turned it into courage, and I just did it, and I saw that people were stressed and I saw the stress melting off with each pose, each breath. And it was in that moment, this light bulb moment, that I knew for a long time in the future that that's what I needed to do. So that's why I started.
Uh, yeah, it definitely, it's funny is, you work all day, you don't really think about that, and you end up just kind of going to bed. And doing this after work really gets your blood flowing and your mind out of that state of constant work or, whatever is going on. And
Yeah.
yeah, I could definitely see that, that changing. It's funny. I think about why did they need that? Why did they decide to get somebody in to do that? Because I mean, it does. It really relieves a lot of the tension that you feel within your body. Like we talk about how we collect a lot of this stress and programming and all of this. I mean, your body is just as vulnerable to it, and
Yeah.
you tense up, and sometimes I like have a bad back because of it, things like that. And then just stretching and doing some of these poses, especially I love the tree pose. That's my favorite. And I can actually do that. um but you really start connecting with that, and with your mind, body, and soul, right, when you're doing these poses, because one, you're doing something good for your body, but you're also focusing and connecting with your mind, and it's very meditative, obviously. But yeah, just absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to tag on to something that you said. I look at, especially in the case of workers who build up tension working at computers, and I'll admit I hunch over my computer without a lot of awareness over long periods of time. I know that I hunch over. It's not good for my posture. It's not good for the way that I feel. That with this like epidemic of working at the computer and the toll that can take on the body, it's almost like the stress that can accumulate in the body is like plaque in the way that can build in a mouth that we don't brush,
Yes.
right? So, like the yoga poses can be a way to break down that plaque so that creativity can flow,
Yes.
better emotions can flow. It's like, yeah, we can build up blockages of plaque when um, we're not gifting ourselves, our bodies with this kind of work. And the like it can our creativity can be benefited. The way that we interact with our coworkers and our families can be a benefit when we decide to do a little bit of desk yoga or some meditation is the way that I look at it. I
Yeah.
know I'm a better person when I do yoga.
Yes, and it's funny is, I do a lot of energy work, things like that, and but there's something to be said about, especially working from home,
Yeah,
because you're working from home and you're working a lot longer hours than you would at an office. You're getting up, leaving, driving home. Here you're stuck. You don't really realize how little you even travel or even move your body throughout the day. So incorporating something like this, listen, I love working from home. It's very easy, but you can get into a rut, right? And
yeah,
so doing something like this is vital, right?
yes,
Jakar says, I feel you on that, Dan. Absolutely. We all, especially, after the pandemic and people, a lot more people were working from home. You know I just couldn't imagine, how many bad backs, how many, people were, hunched over for so long. And my goodness, it was that is incredible. And it's so funny is now I'm hopefully my sister is listening. I'm going to start doing more yoga because, you never think about it. Like, well, I don't, unfortunately. And I really just love putting motion together with meditation because that really does kind of connect everything together. So, wow, thank you so much, Kim.
my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. And Jakar said you truly inspired her today. I
oh,
know, me too, me too. I'm going to totally do it again. So, thank you, Kim, and definitely want to see more of that, by the way.